Chosen soul, open your inner ear and receive this. What you are about to hear carries the weight of a revelation, one that may shield you from the shadows gathering ahead. A higher voice is spoken with unmistakable clarity. In the coming days, your path will demand that you nourish yourself with only 3 consecrated foods, for everything outside of them holds a subtle harm meant to weaken you. If your eyes have landed on this message now, destiny has placed it before you. You have been selected to endure the storm that is rising, the vast spiritual upheaval that will divide those who are awake from those who wander in confusion. What you place in your body is not simply physical sustenance. It is the foundation of your spiritual strength. Misaligned foods drain your essence, dull your awareness, and lock you into cycles of fragility. But the proper ones, these 3 alone, will stir your inner force and keep you standing when the world shakes. This is not a note to take lightly. The days coming will challenge your being in ways you have not yet known. A wave of sickness, a tremor in the collective spirit, is approaching, and many hearts may falter. Yet if you devote yourself to these 3 sacred nourishments, nothing will be able to stop you. You are no longer operating as an ordinary being. You are awakening as a guardian of spirit, lifted to rise above ordinary limits. The strength you seek already lives within you, and these foods are the key to releasing it. Before you step deeper into this message, take a breath and honor 3 small actions. Pause the video, offer your support, subscribe to help us reach 90,000 souls, and write the number 99 in the comments. That number carries a powerful vibration, sending your intention outward and expanding the energy carried by this message. And remember, if your spirit truly belongs among the chosen, you will remain with this message until its final word. Because deep within, something already knows it was meant for you. If your heart is not ready for this truth, you may drift away before the end. But for those who stay, everything you know about your life will begin to shift. Now let us continue. Do not turn your back on this guidance. Do not postpone what must be done. The moment of preparation is already here. Fill your body only with rice, beans, and salmon. This is the passageway to your endurance and your ascension. Are you prepared to rise into someone unbreakable? The decision rests with you. This is not a suggestion. It is a divine directive, a call urgently echoing through the hearts of those who have been singled out. Only 3 foods have been marked as pure and spiritually awakened for what lies ahead. Rice, beans, and salmon. Outside of these, no matter how wholesome something may appear, it carries hidden interference, traces of human distortion, echoes of suffering or manipulation of its nature. The voice of the divine in this hour does not waver. Humanity stands on the edge of a great awakening, but also a deep unraveling. The ways of the past, how you eat, how you think, how you move, cannot support the magnitude of what approaches. This is far beyond physical nourishment. It is about clarity, about endurance, about stepping into the identity you were always meant to embody. Those who are chosen are being sifted and refined. And part of this refinement begins with what rests on your plate. Why rice, beans, and salmon? Because they are more than ingredients. They are ancient spiritual mechanisms hidden in ordinary form. These foods radiate vibrations of grounding, restoration, and pure insight. They are simple, old, and untouched in the ways that matter most. When consumed with intention, they transform into instruments of divine balance, rebuilding what has been lost in mind, body, and spirit. On the physical level, these foods are strong allies. Rice carries enduring energy. Beans overflow with sustaining protein and vital fibers. Salmon brings the sacred oils that sharpen your mind and soothe inner inflammation. But their real value lies beyond the flesh. These foods were chosen because they nourish not only the body but the soul. For the chosen ones, survival is not merely remaining alive, it is remaining aligned. These 3 foods will preserve your clarity while confusion spreads, reinforce your strength while others grow exhausted, and awaken your spirit while darkness thickens. As manna was given in the wilderness, this holy trio is given now. If you disregard this instruction, you may find yourself clouded, heavy and spiritually distant. History reminds us that the divine always equips its people before a great turning. Noah prepared the ark. Joseph stored what was needed. Esther fasted for favor. Now it is your turn to ready yourself, not with fear, but with faithful intention. Rice, beans, and salmon may appear too plain, but within their simplicity rests immense power. The Creator does not complicate survival. He sanctifies it. In this unseen conflict, not every food is innocent. Much of what is promoted today, the bright packaging, the engineered meats, the processed health, illusions are traps wrapped in the appearance of nourishment. They are shaped within systems that do not honor life or spirit. Such foods sever your connection to your higher essence, degrade your body, and cloud your inner receiver. Picture consuming the flesh of an animal steeped in fear at its final moment, its suffering imprinted within its cells. That imprint does not vanish. It enters you. Consider the seedless fruits, the altered grains, the synthetic dairy produced in laboratories. These are not living foods. They are remnants lacking true life force. They may fill your stomach, yet they starve your soul. This is not fear-mongering. It is spiritual perception. Those who seek to diminish a people's strength will first weaken their food. When what you consume is false, your fire dims. But when your nourishment is sacred, you become immovable. Rice, beans, and salmon remain spiritually clean, unaltered by artificial hands or absorbed trauma. They stand not only as sustenance, but as armor for the soul. Around the world, a shaking is unfolding. Systems are collapsing, hidden truths surfacing, spiritual senses awakening. This goes far beyond politics or climate. This is a spiritual confrontation unfolding in plain sight. And within this rising storm, a higher surge is growing. A wave of divine force ready for those who are prepared. The chosen can feel it. The urgency in the air. The vivid dreams, the charged atmosphere. None of it is imagined. The transformation is real. And in this immense shift, only those whose spirit is ready, whose body is grounded, and whose mind is aligned will rise with the wave. Nourishment plays a vital role in this awakening. Just as a device requires the right source of energy, your spirit requires the right form of sustenance. Rice, beans, and salmon may appear ordinary, but they are extraordinary instruments disguised within simplicity. Eating them is not merely a preference, it is aligning yourself with a divine frequency. You were not made to remain who you have been. You are unfolding into a higher version of yourself, not simply a refined human, but a being fully attuned to sacred purpose. This evolution demands nourishment that matches your spiritual ascent. In the same way, a jet cannot run on water. Your rising soul cannot thrive on hollow food and still expect to soar. Rice anchors your energy to the earth. Beans strengthen the sanctuary within you. And salmon sparks the flame of clarity in your mind. These three gifts were crafted to reshape your inner wiring, to sweep away outdated imprints, and to rebuild your vessel from its deepest layers. They are far beyond mere meals. They carry patterns of renewal, restoration, and divine identity encoded within them. Ancient people endured centuries because these foods sustained them. They didn't rely on synthetic meals or chemically soaked snacks. They lived with what creation offered, and creation was always sufficient. Today, the divine voice is leading us back to the sacred simplicity of heaven's nourishment. Not to regress, but to rise higher, sharper, more attuned than we've ever been. Each bite you take lifts you or lowers you. Anything birthed from suffering carries the memory of that suffering. The modern meat industry runs on fear, tension, and despair. Creatures raised in cruelty store panic within their flesh as hormones of distress. And when you consume that flesh, you absorb that imprint. It settles inside you as an invisible spiritual contaminant. The engineered crops created in laboratories, the GMOs, are another quiet assault. They imitate food but hold no spiritual essence. Sculpted under artificial lights and altered at their core, they disrupt your natural harmony.
They confuse your biology, dull your awareness, and interfere with the gentle current of your spirit. The Awakened cannot afford that fog or that energetic depletion. The divine is compassionate, which is why the warning is being delivered now. Purify what fills your plate. Cleanse the sanctuary of your body. Release the silent infiltrators. It may challenge you at first, but your cells will rejoice. Your spirit will lift. Your intuition will sharpen. Your sleep will deepen into peace. And your link to the divine will no longer whisper. It will thunder. Your destiny is not an enigma. It is a vibration. And every element you consume either amplifies that vibration or pulls it downward. Every cell within you listens to the nourishment you choose. If you take in lifeless, empty matter, your energy mirrors that emptiness. But when you feed yourself with what aligns with the blueprint of heaven, transformation begins. You awaken. Rice, beans, and salmon are not sacred because of nutrition charts. They are sacred because they are inscribed with intention, purity, and ancient resonance. Rice has strengthened wanderers and wisdom keepers throughout ages. Humble, grounding, yet life-giving. Beans, dense with blessing and rooted in tradition, are symbols of endurance and unwavering sustenance. Salmon pushing through currents mirrors the chosen one's persistent, powerful, and set apart. Its oils brighten the mind and fuel divine thought. When you choose to eat with spiritual awareness, your meals turn into ceremonies of alignment. You are no longer feeding appetite alone. You are feeding vision. You are preparing stamina for the mission unfolding ahead. These foods function like sacred manuscripts written in the biological form. And when you consume them, they don't simply rest in your belly. They activate purpose within you. Sharpen your inner voice and strengthen your steps. Many of you feel it already. The heaviness, the confusion, the slow drain of modern life. You remember what it felt like to be vibrant and inspired, full of purpose. But somewhere along the journey, that fire faded. This is not aging. This is the distance between your body and its holy fuel. But the spark can return. As you honor the dietary direction God is giving, you will sense the shift almost immediately. Your skin brightens. Your joints loosen and flow with ease. Your strength rises steadily, not from sugar or stimulants, but from divine energy flowing through real nourishment. You feel younger because you are no longer weighed down by dead food. Instead, you are filled with living power. Passion rises again. As your body recovers, your thoughts clear. Dreams you abandoned begin resurfacing. Your hands yearn to build, to serve, to heal. Your heart starts burning with purpose once more. These three simple foods, rice, beans, and salmon, may seem ordinary, but in the life of the chosen, they become holy restorers. A new wave is drawing near. It may not resemble the previous pandemic.
Fear will spread. Supply lines may waver. Medicines may fail, but those who are chosen have already been given their survival pattern. Honor the instruction regarding food, and you will remain standing when others tremble. Obedience is not about religious ritual. It is about alignment and divine covering. Just as ancient households marked their doors to escape destruction, today the mark of spiritual preservation lies in obeying this revealed guidance. You don't need to hoard in panic. You need to gather faith, clarity, and the three sacred foods that have been revealed. Those who heed the voice will walk through upheaval untouched. Their immune systems firm, their minds steady, their homes held in peace. This is not superstition. This is heaven's strategy for endurance. It is not only about what you eat. It is about who you become when you answer God's call. The transformation is not approaching. It has already begun. If you felt displaced, disconnected, or strangely distant lately, it's because you are shedding an old layer. You are not who you were a year ago. You're not even the person you were last month. You are shifting spiritually, emotionally, and even in the cells of your body. This shift requires more than discipline. It requires the correct source of fuel. As your light increases, your body can no longer tolerate what once felt normal. Fast food, processed snacks, and heavy meats now feel toxic. That's because your evolving identity rejects the old frequency. You wouldn't pour fuel meant for a car into an aircraft. And you cannot fill an ascending spirit with polluted sustenance. Rice, beans, and salmon match the vibration of the new you. They are not crafted for the ordinary. They are for the awakened. Just as butterflies cannot digest what nourished the caterpillar, you are entering realms that require purity, focus, and alignment. Your future self is calling to you. And these foods are the bridge between who you are and who you are becoming. Modern science is finally echoing what heaven whispered long ago. What you eat influences everything. Your gut speaks to your brain, your emotions, and even your spiritual perception. Your DNA is responsive, not fixed. It adapts to what you bring into your body, especially your food. That means your entire being can be recalibrated. not by pharmaceuticals, but by obedient nourishment. Rice balances your blood and quiets the nervous system. Beans repair the gut and calm inflammation. Salmon restores the mind, sharpens concentration, and lifts the heaviness of despair. These aren't ordinary benefits. They are hidden spiritual technologies. Creation holds healing, and now that healing is being revealed to those who are ready to receive it. As you embrace these sacred foods day after day, subtle currents begin to shift inside you, movements that are felt more than understood. Your hearing sharpens, your body lightens, and your thoughts cut through confusion like a clear stream. Your being begins to resonate with divine harmony, functioning like a finely tuned instrument designed by eternity itself. This is not about health alone. It is an awakening. This is not a regimen. It is a code written into the very cells of your body. Mental haze is one of the fiercest adversaries of those called to rise today. You recognize it, the struggle to remember, the numbness creeping over emotion, the difficulty to focus. It is not merely stress. It is the residue of corrupted nourishment and overstimulation. The mind, throne of your inner vision, has been under siege, but liberation is arriving. Salmon's omega-3 oils are more than nutrients. They are sparks set to a dormant flame. They stir lifeless corners of your brain, heighten memory, and restore sacred connections. Beans offer fiber that cleanses your inner temple, purifying the gut in ways that restore balance to mood and clarity. Rice provides steady energy, a reliable current that fuels mental acuity without depletion. As you feed your mind with these divine offerings, the fog begins to dissolve. Dreams return, insights flow, and your awareness sharpens. Inspiration awakens once more. Ideas arrive unbidden, and your connection with God hums alive, intimate, tangible. You are no longer merely reacting. You are receiving. This is the mind of one under sacred influence, guided by obedience. It is beyond a single moment. It is the dawn of a movement. A dietary shift of divine origin is now underway. It is not pushed by brands, celebrities, or institutions. It comes directly from the throne. And it is astonishingly simple: rice, beans, and salmon. At this time, your plate becomes an altar. There will be days when fear tries to outshout faith, when chaos roars through headlines and the world trembles. Your obedience will be your sanctuary. You won't need to scramble for survival tips. Alignment has already been given. This sacred nutrition is preparation for spiritual warfare, a testing ground where clarity, strength, and endurance are forged. Do not wait for storms to obey. Fortify your body, train your spirit, sharpen your mind now. Rice, beans, and salmon may seem humble, yet they are instruments of divine strategy. Each conscious choice whispers to heaven, "I am ready." You are not under punishment. You are being elevated. This sacred guidance, this dietary instruction is part of your spiritual upgrade. The world is sorting itself, but while many chase meaning, the chosen rise into purpose. Transformation is required at every level. This is not about competition with others. It is about alignment with your assignment. You have been called to stand, to lead, to heal, to construct. Such a calling demands discipline of equal magnitude. The divine evolution begins when you consent, not merely with words, but with your choices. Every portion of rice, every spoonful of beans, every serving of salmon is a signal to the heavens that you are ready, not only to endure but to flourish. You are not simply cleansing your diet. You are clearing the channel for divine flow. God is poised to move through you, but only if the vessel is prepared. This is not solely spiritual. Your body will awaken in ways long forgotten. Inflammation will soften, discomfort will fade, and your energy, hair, and skin will radiate vitality. You will glimpse yourself in the mirror anew, stronger, clearer, luminous. Rejuvenation belongs not to youth, but to obedience. Your cells are attentive. Fed with holy fuel, they reconstruct in divine alignment. You will crave goodness, not from restraint, but because your being recognizes truth. You will rise earlier, rest deeper, think sharper, love fully, and your spirit will blaze. This is not about appearances. It is about actualizing your destined form, a vessel of strength, a channel of light, a warrior of peace. You are not merely human. You are divine. and now you are feeding that reality. A current of energy, unexplainable by science, will enter your body, supernatural endurance, a sacred surge carrying you through the challenges ahead. As you honor the divine assignment of rice, beans, and salmon, a force beyond sleep, caffeine, or supplements will fuel you. This is the same strength that ancient prophets possessed as they walked endlessly, confronted empires armed only with truth. Your body was not designed to run on synthetic energy. It was built to synchronize with creation and heaven. The exhaustion you have known, the slow mornings, the irritability, the mental haze, is not natural. It is the product of misalignment with divine source. Now, as you return to God's plan, your system resets. True vitality awakens. You do not simply endure your days, you master them. Picture waking naturally, feet touching the floor with purpose. Mind already clear, body energized and agile. Picture moving through your day without burnout, without emotional crashes, without escapism. This is what sacred energy looks like. It is not chaotic. It is focused, calm, under divine discipline. The chosen are not made for survival mode. They are carriers of peace, healers, and visionaries. Strength flows into you now as you obey this sacred command. You will walk farther, speak stronger, endure more, radiate life, all without collapse. God is not simply preparing you. He is positioning you. One of the most potent tools in this season is obedience, especially to commands that seem small. Following the directive to eat only rice, beans, and salmon is not restriction, it is activation. Obedience unlocks divine acceleration in your life. Years of progress can unfold in weeks. Delays vanish. Relationships align. Opportunities appear as if summoned. This is not magic. It is spiritual cause and effect. Heaven responds to fidelity. Just as Abraham's obedience birthed nations, yours will unlock inheritance, momentum, and breakthrough. God is moving with unparalleled speed in this moment. Yet only those who are attuned can move alongside him. Alignment is the key that ignites the engine of divine momentum. In this sacred season, God does not demand elaborate ceremonies or complex rituals. He asks for trust, pure and simple. When he instructs that only 3 foods are to be taken, it is not an act of rigid law, but a recalibration of your path. Trust in something so seemingly simple becomes the gateway to wonders beyond imagining. Doors that were once firmly closed will swing open. Healing will accelerate in ways you have never experienced. Time itself will bend to favor your obedience. Do not undervalue the power of humble compliance. It is the most potent seed you can sow. With it you whisper to God, I surrender my cravings to your wisdom. That gesture, rooted in humility, invites divine acceleration into every facet of your existence. The blessings that have been circling your life are ready to descend because now your vessel is prepared. Food is never neutral. It either elevates your being or drags it into heaviness. Many wander through life weighed down, mentally foggy and emotionally drained, unaware that their plate has been the silent source of their suffering. Processed meals, chemically altered ingredients, and flesh born of fear and trauma carry low vibrational energy, sapping your vitality, dulling your spirit, and clouding your clarity. Yet as you transition to the sacred diet of rice, beans, and salmon, a profound lightness emerges. This lightness is not merely physical. It permeates your emotions, your thoughts, and your spirit. Sluggish mornings will give way to alertness. Midday crashes will vanish, and your mind will move with fluid sharpness. Your moods stabilize, your heart opens, and your capacity to hear God's voice becomes unmistakably clear. This transformation occurs because you have severed the drain at its source. Low vibrational foods no longer have entry into your sacred temple. Imagine your body as a holy altar. When polluted, the fire falters. When purified and properly nourished, the flame never dies. Letting go of what poisons your flow allows your energy to soar. You were never meant to subsist on substances created in labs or harvested in fear. You were designed to thrive on nourishment born from light, peace, and divine purpose. Low vibrational fuel traps you in cycles of doubt, despair, and distraction. Higher vibrational nourishment lifts you into joy, clarity, and divine vision. You begin to perceive truth more vividly. Hope reawakens. Sometimes, the answers you seek do not lie in therapy or advice. They lie on your plate. And now, they are within your grasp. Your transformation is not superficial. It is cellular. God is rebuilding you from the inside outward. Every bite of the sacred foods He has chosen grants your body permission to regenerate, to heal and to rise. This is not metaphor, it is divine biology. Science confirms what Scripture has long suggested. The body renews itself continually. Cells die and are replaced. Tissues rebuild. Even the gut, the center of intuition and immunity, regenerates in cycles. Now, with these divine foods, you provide your vessel with the clean materials to reconstruct itself perfectly. Rice grounds you. Beans bring strength and fiber. Salmon carries oils that nourish mind and heart alike. Beyond the physical, God is reconstructing your spirit. Layers of trauma, burnout, and numbness are stripped away. You are being recalibrated, reset, and recommissioned. You are becoming a vessel capable of bearing the glory He has destined for you. And it all begins with something as humble as what rests on your plate. This rebuilding feels like resurrection. Gradually, then suddenly, you will see a new reflection in the mirror. Your eyes will shine brighter. Your skin will radiate life. Laughter will return. Discernment will sharpen. You will feel renewed because you have been renewed. God is preparing you for what lies ahead. Inside, you are dormant gifts, not lost, but obscured by heaviness and distraction, prophetic dreams, profound insight, spiritual vision, healing hands, creative downloads. The physical fog and spiritual clutter have muted them, but obedience to the sacred diet awakens these senses again. The awakening begins subtly. You will sense imbalances before they manifest. Your dreams will be vivid, colored with clarity. You will know without knowing how. This is not chance. It is the spiritual DNA of your being rebooting. These gifts have always been yours. Now they are finally unlocked. Imagine waking each morning fully recharged, your body vibrant with energy, your mind razor sharp, poised to meet the day with unstoppable purpose. This is no illusion, no wishful hope. Commitment to the divine nourishment of rice, beans, and salmon transforms reality. The spiritual sustenance you receive fuels every part of your being, awakening clarity that pierces through confusion and overwhelm. Fatigue lifts like morning mist, revealing a landscape of precision and purpose. Drift and distraction vanish. Your movements become intentional. Your spirit realigns with God's perfect plan. This is the power of obedience. When body and spirit unite, you awaken fully to your destiny. Productivity and peace flow naturally. The divine focus shielding your mind cuts through the noise of chaos, allowing decisions with confidence, solutions with creativity, and flow guided by unseen hands. This focus is not manufactured. It is a gift reserved for those who honor God's instructions with their lives. In this sacred rhythm, mornings are no longer burdens. They are communion, setting the tone for days alive with purpose, passion, and unstoppable momentum. When your body is purified and your spirit nourished by rice, beans, and salmon, your capacity to receive divine knowledge expands exponentially. Veils lift from your inner sight, allowing you to perceive your path and hear the whispers of heaven with vivid clarity. Higher revelation does not only foresee events, it illuminates your gifts, your purpose, your role in God's vast design. It opens intimacy with the divine and harmonizes your soul with the cosmic flow. As you eat in obedience, divine downloads come swiftly, transforming you from seeker to conduit of wisdom. Many spend years chasing answers through books and teachers, yet revelation flows naturally when your vessel is prepared. Through sacred nourishment, your spirit becomes fertile soil where divine words take root, growing into truths that shape your journey. This unlocking is a sacred inheritance for the chosen, a call to walk beyond the limits of the physical and step boldly into divine fullness. Each bite brings you closer to revelations that will transform not only your life, but the lives of those you are called to serve. For many, spiritual fog has clouded the path, breeding uncertainty, confusion, and stagnation. This fog, born of years of distraction, poor nutrition, and unseen spiritual warfare, dims vision and passion, yet with the divine diet, clarity emerges like sunrise breaking after a long night. Mind and heart awaken. Your true calling becomes unmistakable. Distracting forces lose power. Confusion clears, replaced by divine light, illuminating the precise steps for this season. God's hand seems to hold a spotlight on your purpose. This clarity transcends intellect. It is soul-deep, compelling action. You are empowered to leave toxicity, break destructive patterns, and pursue assignments with unwavering courage. Spiritual nourishment grants the power to see life through God's eyes and move boldly into the future He has prepared. As you step into this clarity, miraculous shifts occur, opportunities unfold, relationships align, and hope lifts your spirit. The fog may have obscured the journey, but it will no longer define it.